Do you have the habit of denying yourself sufficient sleep? Well, I dare you to continue after watching this video. Hi, I'm George Andreas, the Executive Director of the Geriatric Care and Vulnerable Support Initiative, and a certified health and wellness practitioner by the United States Institute of Wellness. In this video, we'll be discussing how insufficient sleep can negatively impact your brain and your overall health. Sleep is not just a break from the day, it's a vital, natural mechanism to recharge your body and mind. Studies show that adults between 26 and 64 need 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, while older adults need 7 to 8 hours. Unfortunately, most people don't get enough sleep, which impacts brain function and health outcomes. Let's break down the stages of sleep and how each one contributes to your health and productivity. Stage 1 is a transitional phase between wakefulness and sleep. It lasts about 5 to 10 minutes, during which brain activity slows down and your body starts to relax. You're not fully asleep yet, and it's easy to wake up during this stage. Stage 2 lasts around 20 minutes per cycle. It's the longest sleep stage, and it's crucial for memory consolidation. Your body temperature drops and your heart rate stabilizes as you become less aware of your surroundings. Stage 3 is deep sleep or delta sleep. This is when your body begins to repair itself. Muscles relax, blood pressure drops, and the brain focuses on consolidating declarative memories. Like facts and experiences, it's also during this stage that growth hormones are released. Stage 4 is known as REM, or rapid eye movement sleep. Here your brain is highly active, almost as if you're awake, but your body is temporarily paralyzed to prevent you from acting out your dreams. This is a stage where emotional memories are processed, and your brain does the hard work of organizing thoughts. Each stage of sleep is essential. From memory consolidation to physical repair, sleep keeps us functioning at our best. Without enough quality sleep, you risk damaging your brain's ability to store information, process emotions, and maintain overall health. Rapid eye movement or REM sleep period is a very important moment in the sleep cycle. Infants and children who are undergoing rapid growth and development require more REM sleep of about 8 hours each day, as opposed to adults who may require an average of 2 hours of REM sleep per day. Just like humans, other phylums in the animal kingdom spend a greater chunk of their sleep time in REM when they are infants than they do as adults. Certain animals like horses and elephants get less REM sleep, while cats, ferrets, and platypuses may spend up to 8 hours in REM sleep each day. Sleep durations are altered by the body based on biological and energetic needs every day, and throughout the course of life. Hence, the time spent in each stage of the sleep cycle, including REM, is a function of the individual's body needs. The theories of sleep. Sleep is a reversible phase of diminished responsiveness in both motor and metabolic activities. The concept of sleep is very complex, and so is its purpose. Therefore, so many theories have been postulated to address these complexities. We will briefly examine some of these theories. Number 1 is the survival theory. The survival theory postulated that humans are diurnal in nature, meaning that they are creatures of the day. They are awake during the day because there is better vision and fewer predators to harm them. The theory of survival emphasizes more on human safety and its overall protection from possible dangers in their environment. Humans are regarded as day creatures, hence, they can make use of their sights and better protect themselves during the day than at night. This explains why people tend to fortify the protection and safety of their dwellings where they pass the night, since they believe that during sleep hours they wouldn't be fully in charge of their safety and security. Number 2, the theory of restoration. The theory of restoration emphasizes that humans are exhaustive in nature and therefore need time to replenish or revitalize wasted energy through the process of healing and repair of worn out tissues. The reparative process includes the different metabolic functions going on in the brain, such as reorganization, consolidation, and storage of memories, data, and statistics acquired in the previous day. The theory of restoration equally insists that sleep is a natural protective mechanism against stress. Hence, it postulates that sleep is one of the ways by which the body checkmates its own activities and by so doing prevents the catastrophic breakdown of its routine physiological functions. Number 3, the theory of growth. The theory of growth seriously believes that certain metabolic activities that occur when individuals are asleep promote human growth and development. The theory of growth postulated that the hypothalamus, through the efferent nerve endings, will stimulate the anterior pituitary gland to release growth hormone, thereby impacting the overall growth and developmental processes of humans. These 3 theories of sleep further broaden the human horizon in understanding the very significant role that sleep plays in stabilizing the human psychophysiological functions and how any interruption in the sleep cycle can create far-reaching mental and somatic dysfunctions. The physiology of sleep. Humans are diurnal beings by nature, and that makes them awake by the day, energetic and alert physically and mentally to engage themselves and their environment. Circadian rhythm is the driving force behind the human characteristic of sleep, to replenish and revitalize, and to wake to spend energy through physical and mental activities. What then is circadian rhythm? Circadian rhythm is the regular recurrence in cycle of about 24 hours of biological processes or activities, like sensitivity to drug or environmental and physiological, including light stimuli. Circadian rhythm and man's diurnal nature exert their pressure on the suprachiasmatic nucleus within the hypothalamus and use signals from the eyes to establish and maintain a biological clock, thereby releasing norepinephrine, which stimulates the pineal gland to secrete melatonin. Then sleep eventually follows. During this time, there is reduced brain response to stimuli, reduced breathing, heart rates, and blood pressure at the NREM stage 1 and NERM stage 3. The circadian rhythm equally influences the secretion of nocturnal hormones like prolactin, testosterone, and growth hormone. That brings us to the concept of sleep architecture. I know you would be wondering what sleep architecture truly means. Do not worry yourself, I will explain that in a minute. Sleep architecture is known as the cycle and stages that an individual experiences at night, which is better explained with a graph produced by an EEG called a hypnogram. Another important question to ask is how long to attain a standard sleep cycle. According to the National Sleep Foundation, a full sleep cycle is generally estimated to be about 90 minutes long. Then one would ask, what is the difference between insomnia and sleep deprivation? Insomnia is a condition whereby the individual truly wants to sleep, but they just cannot due to one or many reasons ranging from personal emotional affairs, such as relationship breakups, loss of a loved one, failing to keep up with one's financial and family responsibilities due to unemployment, amongst others. Meanwhile, sleep deprivation is the condition where individuals allocate fewer hours to sleep due to their engagement in other things such as their jobs, studies, gaming, viewing of movies, clubbing, amongst others. Most people often misplace their sleep periods for other things without knowing the damaging cognitive health implications in the mid to long term. Several factors can contribute to the interruption of the stages of sleep and sleep cycle, which may be situational or habitual based on the individual's unique condition. Some of the following factors may interrupt sleep stages and cycle. Older age. As people continue to grow older, sleep naturally becomes lighter and more easily awoken because they spend more time during the earlier, lighter stages of sleep than they do in the later, deeper stages of sleep, leading to frequent, fragmented, and easily waking nature of older persons at night. Nocturia. Some individuals are faced with certain chronic diseases which necessitate frequent micturition at night. For example, most type 2 diabetic patients are faced with this problem, and by so doing, their sleep stages and cycles are often disrupted. Sleep disorders. Certain sleep disorders may be a barrier to a complete sleep cycle, like obstructive sleep apnea, characterized by moments of pause in breathing during sleep, and restless leg syndrome, characterized by a strong need to move the legs while sleeping, may disrupt a normal in-progress sleep. Pain. Chronic or acute pain exerts enormous pressure on sleep stages, thereby disrupting a complete sleep cycle. Individuals with chronic pain often develop a self-perpetuating cycle of pain, insomnia accompanied by depression or anxiety, leading to frequent interruptions and feelings of depression, resulting in increased pain sensitivity. Existing health conditions. Certain health conditions like Alzheimer's, dementia, obesity, and Parkinson's disease often come with hyperactive limbic activities in the central nervous system, leading to sleep interruption and incomplete cycles. Lifestyle habits and negative coping strategies. Lack of physical activity and a sedentary lifestyle can greatly truncate the sleep cycle. Therefore, appropriate exercise can alleviate sleep-related disorders and promote an adequate amount of deep sleep. Furthermore, regular and moderate exercise can improve and promote sleeping time and quality of life by producing melatonin, which facilitates faster sleep onset and reduces stress. However, physically demanding exercises can exert pressure on sleep, which would normalize the next day. Neglecting self-care and indulging in harmful health behaviors like cigarette smoking, excessive caffeine, and alcohol intake would have an adverse impact on sleep stages and cycles. Most cigarette smokers often truncate or interrupt sleep stages because they must smoke during the night. Meanwhile, excessive intake of caffeine keeps the central nervous system hyperactive, thereby suppressing sleep sensation signals at the neuromuscular junctions known as synapses. Health implications of altered sleep stages. Numerous studies have revealed quite a few psychophysiological dysfunctions capable of interrupting certain metabolic functions, thereby affecting the quality of life and the overall health outcomes if individuals are not getting enough night sleep or interrupt their sleep cycle every night. The following are some examples of sleep cycle disruption. A lack of or insufficient sleep contributes to maladaptive changes in one's body, causing metabolic disorders like diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, obesity, and other somatic health diseases. Insufficient sleep has been discovered to cause enhanced expression of genes related to oxidative stress and immune response, leading to weakening body defense mechanisms and susceptibility to invading pathogenic agents. Sufficient sleep is required to balance catabolic activities experienced during the wake time by switching to anabolic functions, bringing to bear the essential role of sleep in restorative activities of worn-out cells and tissues. It is well documented that sleep disorders are highly prevalent in patients with mental disorders, and they can lead to adverse effects on cognitive, emotional, and interpersonal functioning. What it means is that individuals with habitual sleep disruption are more susceptible to mental disorders. Sufficient sleep is important for certain functions of the brain. For example, sufficient nighttime sleep is required for effective neurocommunication between one nerve cell to the other, especially at the synapse. Some studies have suggested the housekeeping role of sleep in removing accumulated toxin buildup in the brain during the day. Insufficient sleep has been reported to contribute significantly to memory impairment and other cognitive functions associated with aging. A lack of slow-wave sleep (SWS) has been reported to impair long-term memory in cognitively normal older adults. Sleep plays a crucial role in memory consolidation, with slow-wave sleep (SWS) being assumed to significantly impact the consolidation of acquired memories, while rapid eye movement (REM) is thought to be important for the stabilization of formed memories. Partial sleep deprivation has been related to activated DNA damage response and promoted cellular senescence. Lack or insufficient sleep has been linked to the development of Alzheimer's disease. In a nutshell, sufficient sleep is needed for restorative function and vitality, maintenance of optimal immune function, and promotion of memory consolidation and stabilization. Sleep-related problems can predispose one to psychiatric disorders, somatic disorders like heart disease, for example, hypertension, metabolic disorders like diabetes, physical inattention like road traffic accidents, and diminished and impaired memory functions. Some immediate negative impacts of poor sleep. Whenever an individual fails to have sufficient sleep or interrupts the various stages and cycle of nighttime sleep, certain immediate impacts would be manifested in the course of the day, and they include the following. 1. The inability to make rational decisions due to fatigue and a stressful mental state. The individual wouldn't be able to make rational and fast decisions, especially in situations requiring smart and urgent critical decisions. 2. The inability to apply critical thinking skills, which is pivotal in problem solving and leadership dexterity. 3. Since sufficient sleep promotes memory consolidation and brain functional vitality, therefore, lack or insufficient sleep will promote momentary amnesia and make vital information tracking very difficult, if not impossible. Frequent errors in figures, data, and statistics become imminent. 4. Lack or insufficient sleep has been linked to poor mental and emotional states of mind, which makes emotional and behavioral control extremely difficult. Insufficient sleep has been proven to influence poor comportment and reduced concentration on things that matter to one's daily activities. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 1 in 3 adults in the US reports not getting enough sleep. If you are one of those individuals that has not been prioritizing sufficient sleep, then I recommend these simple nighttime behaviors, which I suggest are drivers of sufficient sleep. These are simple, everyday behaviors that have tremendous impacts on the quality and quantity of sleep. Limit electronics before bed. Do all you can to avoid screens of cell phones and television at least 30 minutes to 1 hour before bedtime, as it will accelerate the secretion and activities of melatonin and faster sleep. Daily exposure to natural sunlight. Try to get at least 30 minutes of natural sunlight per day. Sunlight accelerates and promotes the production of certain brain chemicals known as serotonin that has an impact on one's overall well-being. Maintaining routine bed and wake times. Have a consistent bed and wake time promotes the circadian clock, which is an internally driven 24-hour cycle that helps to maintain sleep and wake cycle. The circadian cycle equally promotes the secretion of melatonin before bedtime. Prioritize daily exercise. Exercises are a good way of promoting sufficient and complete sleep cycle. Sufficient sleep accelerates the process of healing and building of worn out cells and tissues which the body experiences during the complex process of exercising. These complex biochemical breakdowns lead to the accumulation of lactic acid around the joints, which often lead to pain. Eat lightly before bedtime. It's recommended to eat at least 3 hours before bedtime. And if one must eat before bedtime, it should be a very light meal. Don't eat a heavy meal before bed because the process of digestion may interrupt one's sleep. For example, late digestion may cause the need to go to the toilet, thereby interrupting the sleep cycle. Indigestion may occur due to late eating, resulting in serious abdominal discomfort. Avoid consuming alcohol. Alcohol is generally discouraged before bedtime, even though in small quantities it can have a sedative effect. However, when consumed in large quantities, it may interrupt the normal sleep cycle. Research has reported that more than 70% of people suffering from alcohol use disorder equally suffer from alcohol-induced disorders like insomnia. Regular drinking before bedtime is linked to shorter periods of rapid eye movement, REM sleep, and by extension disrupts the circadian rhythm and snoring. Maintain quiet and dark rooms. A quiet and serene environment naturally promotes good and faster sleep. Therefore, distracting objects like cell phones, televisions, and radios should be turned off. Even though some individuals like listening to soft music before bedtime, that should be allowed in a very low tune to promote faster sleep. Furthermore, turning off lights and leaving the room dark would improve the secretion of melatonin and promote deep and faster sleep. Get sufficient sleep. Getting enough sleep is as important as sleep itself, because the longer the sleep time, the more REM sleep the individuals will get, which promotes a complete sleep cycle. In a nutshell, getting sufficient sleep plays a significant role in human survival and their overall health outcomes, since the body naturally needs a break to recuperate from worn-out activities experienced by cells and tissues during the day. The importance of the various stages of non-rapid eye movements, NREM, and rapid eye movement, REM, alongside their psychophysiological processes, cannot be overemphasized as they play key roles in promoting the stabilization of the human brain and its cognitive functions over time. However, if after trying these simple lifestyle modifications for 2 to 3 days and you are still unable to get qualitative and quantitative sleep, then you must consult a healthcare professional immediately for an elaborate medical evaluation and possible personalized intervention. If you find this video helpful and educative enough, kindly like, comment, share, and subscribe to follow for more health literacy videos like this. Thanks and see you in our next video.